Hey y'all, I'm Ashlyn.
And I'm Marla.
And Emily is obviously not with us. She will come in later. And we want you to mansplain hockey elsewhere. Okay, now that Emily told us about the standings, we can recap the week. The Preds had, I mean, at this point, I feel like most people's schedules, like, really, there's hardly anything left to talk about, but here we go. Everybody has just barely any games. On Wednesday, I think we were still playing this game when we recorded, but we ended up losing to the Blue Jackets on Wednesday, 3-2. So that opportunity to clinch that I was talking about, yeah, we didn't get the job done. Um, we had one power play goal attempt, and we did not do anything with it. Shocking, I know. We won 51% of the faceoffs. Soros UC did amazing again. He had like 26 saves. Um, Tanner scored a goal. Kelly scored a goal. It was just like it was a decent game, but again, it was one of those like doesn't look like they're fighting super hard. But I know
Yeah.
it's getting towards the end of the season, and I feel like too everybody who's either clinched or especially everybody who's clinched at this point, or people who were like really close and felt like they probably would have, are all kind of like calming down a bit because they know the
Yeah.
playoffs are starting soon.
Like y'all gotta
So
ramp up
we'll
though.
like figure that out. Yeah, I know. Because okay, so Friday we played Carolina, we won, and division that day, or not our division, our spot in the playoff that day. We won 3-1. Saros again had an amazing game. He had 22 saves, went 0 for 1 on power play goals. No one shocked. We won 55% of the faceoffs. That was a good game. And the game on Friday, and then we also play them. That's our only game this week. And then first round of the playoffs, this is skipping ahead a little bit, but our first round of the playoffs is also against Carolina. So
No,
we're about to see them
that's
like
fun.
a shit ton. So I hope I don't know if this playing them all these games like back to back before we play them for like playoff games that really count is going to help us or hurt us or
Yeah.
help them or hurt them. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's we had a 50-50 week. So, but we did clinch our spot in the playoffs, so it's a win all
That's
the
a
way
win of the
around. I don't
week.
care.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We played Buffalo twice since we last recorded, and that ended our regular season on Thursday, May 6th. We won 8-4. It was a fun game because we scored 8 goals, but it was not a fun game because we let Buffalo score 4 on us. So the whole like all day Friday and Saturday, that was the narrative for all of the Penguins shows. How bad is our defense right now? This is not going to get us a win against whoever we play, Islanders or Boston. We don't know yet.
Right.
We're not going to win against them with that kind of defense. And then Saturday, the guys came back and they were like, all right, guys, just chill. All right, we were just fucking tired. All right, we
Yeah.
got a goal. And then Buffalo scored 0. So
Perfect.
I'm, I'm cautiously optimistic. Um, our goalies are hurt, but skated today, so that's better. Jari was in the net on Thursday, and he made 19 of 23 saves. And then on, I guess it was Saturday morning or Friday night, I don't quite remember. But they came out and said, "Oh yeah, Jari and DeSmith are both hurt, and we got we have no goalies, so they had to call up
Love that.
Legacy, who actually got 29 out of 29 saves. So,
Well, there
and
you go.
it was the first time a Penguins goalie has got a shutout in their debut, which is crazy to me. I had to look that up. I was like, that cannot be right. That's wrong.
Making history.
And that was right. The Caps would have had to win Saturday versus Philly and this
Yeah, like no
Tuesday.
one ever.
Yeah. And they didn't. So the Pens are not the NL East, wrong sport, are the Eastern Division champs. Which,
Yep.
man, if you would have told me even like halfway through the season, I'm pretty sure I was one of the naysayers that was like, man, I don't think they're gonna do it. And look at us on top of the freaking division. So exciting.
There you
I'm
go.
still worried about getting to the second round but whatever. We're in the playoffs, and we won the division.
Yeah. And anything can happen beyond that point.
Oh, and Jeff Carter
yeah.
is God. So he got 4 goals on Thursday and another one on Saturday. The man is crazy. And give him all the money. That's all I have to say.
There you go. So, like I said earlier, we play our last game of the season is actually today against Carolina. All of the games should have been done at this point, but with COVID and delaying and all that, now the regular season for some people doesn't end until the 19th, which has therefore pushed the playoffs back a little bit. But our season ends today. We play Carolina, and again, whatever, we're getting to see them a ton before the playoffs. But the special thing about tonight is Pecorine will be in the goal tonight and in the next night, and it might be. I mean, he hasn't said he's going to retire after this year, but he is 38. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
There's rumors that he might. So everyone is treating this as his last regular season start for the Preds.
Yeah.
Everybody's expecting for him to retire, so that's a special night for him. And cool. There's fans in the stands in Nashville, so I hope they make him feel super, super welcome. And he hasn't played in a while because Saros has done so great, but when he was playing all that time that Saros was hurt, he was like lights out, so I have no worries there. And as far as this week for like teach us something, I thought the best thing to do since it is coming up would be to kind of go over the seeding for the playoffs because it is a little different from typical years.
Yeah.
We had to realign the divisions because Canada had to stay in Canada. We all know that. So the first 2 rounds of the first 2 rounds of the playoffs are completely interdivisional. So East plays East, Central plays Central, whatever. The first round, the only one that's completely set is Central, and it's Carolina and the Preds. That one's done. The East, Europeans, like you said, we don't know if the Bruins or the Islanders will be the 4th seed, but you'll be playing one of those guys. And and so we'll figure that out soon. The Maple Leafs will be playing. We don't know for sure, but probably is going to be Montreal. Looks like is going to be the 4th seed in that North Division. And then in the West, the Knights will be playing either the Avalanche or the Blues, depending. So that's the first round. Once they make it past the first round, you'll go to second round. So obviously 1 and 4 play and 2 and 3 play. Winners play each other. This typical bracket. After that, then they reconstruct the bracket when there's only 4 teams left, and it's based on regular season. Whoever had the most wins in the season becomes the number 1 seed, and so on and so forth. I guess I'm really excited. Like kind of like you said, I don't expect the Preds to do like tons, but even if you would have told me like a month ago they were going to make the playoffs, I probably would have been like, I don't know, man. Playing some pretty shitty hockey right now. I'm really not sure we're gonna. So once you get to the we got to the playoffs. It's like our 7th consecutive year to make it to the playoffs. So that's good that we were able to keep that streak alive. I think it's 7th or 8th. Good we were able to keep that alive. Anything can happen once you make it to the playoffs. Maybe play in Carolina twice before we have to play them like 4 times or whatever it is. Maybe that'll help. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll like crack the code.
There's no hockey playoffs are pure insanity. The Stanley Cup is the hardest championship to win, at least in America. I don't know about a rugby or a cricket championship, so don't at me. But as far as the big 4 American sports, it's the hardest one. You've got such a lengthy playoff schedule, and especially this year when you haven't seen these teams from other divisions at all, you're going to be going into it like, who the fuck is doing what? I mean, they have an idea, but like they haven't played them. So
like they have a tape idea.
Yeah, they can watch the tape, film, but they don't have the experience. So it's gonna be wild. I'm so excited.
And for some of them, like the the teams who didn't make, like the Preds didn't make the teams who didn't make the bubble or whatever last year, like
Ones
it's
that
even
exited.
longer that you haven't seen those people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like
it's,
2 years.
I mean, some of these teams, yeah, I haven't like in
Who's this
well over
person?
a year.
Yeah.
So who knows? Oh, and the Preds did. I was listening to on the Forecheck, which is a Preds heavy or not heavy Preds podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and the Preds did set some kind of record with the number of people they've called up this year. They've called up more people than anybody in the NHL
Wow.
ever in a season. So yay for
And it's a short
babies!
season. So,
Yeah, yay for babies playing hockey. Woohoo!
yeah.
Love that. So we'll see. I guess next week we'll have a couple of like none of our teams will be playing regular games, but a couple of
Yeah.
people will be playing regular games, and then the next week playoffs start.
Damn Canucks.
It was like
Weird as
Calgary,
shit. Yeah, the
and
COVID
then
the Canucks and the Flames are playing till the 19th, like you said.
yeah,
So
I was gonna say I
maybe
knew.
not just hanging out till then. Like
Yeah,
they haven't announced what the other divisions are doing yet as of Monday night.
yeah,
So I mean, maybe tomorrow morning they'll come out and be like, "Oh yeah, you guys got to get your rounds in," or and maybe you'll have an extra day in between just to kind of balance out how
maybe.
quickly. I don't know. Nobody knows. Bettman needs to get his shit together and let us know. So
Shocking. Oh,
yeah.
speaking of, we totally didn't talk about. We can talk about this really briefly. That fucking idiot.
Wilson.
Finding the
They fined Tom Wilson $5,000 for trying to kill
yeah
somebody, and they fined the Rangers $250,000 because
$50,000
they said that the head of the NHL Player Safety Commission or whatever the fuck, George
was bullshit.
Soros. Yeah, they were like, yeah, he should resign, and then Bettman fined them $250,000 for that.
Yeah.
What?
And the statement was so crazy because, like, to me anyway, because it was basically like, we encourage you to speak out, but not like that. Like, not too much though, because you spoke out too much.
What? You
Yeah.
I
So
just so I tweeted at the Rangers and I said that I would gladly send them any loose pennies I can find if they want to pay Bettman in pennies because I think they should because fuck him. And
yeah,
I'm just
yeah, actually.
I can't. And like Tom Wilson said that he like can't believe that all this like dust up is happening. Like what are you talking? You are it. This is not your first offense. If it was your first offense, if it
Yeah.
was your second offense, it would be different. This is like your 30th.
Yeah. This
He's
is well beyond a pattern at this point.
yeah.
I don't know. It was just I think the fine was crazy, but more than that, like the reasoning in their little statement behind the fine of like, we encourage teams to speak out when they believe something is wrong. But in this
Yeah.
case, the Rangers just
Inappropriate.
spoke out too much. Like, what?
You're literally blaming the
Okay,
victim.
cool.
Yeah.
It's fine. You do whatever.
Please go see our Twitter feeds for that because I was going off that day.
Yeah.
It was not pretty. I stand by it though. And the yeah, because that game was happening as we were recording, and
Yeah.
Caps did end up winning, but like the Rangers put up a fight and it was great. But so whoever wants to maybe take Tom Wilson out of the playoffs, maybe just saying might be a good idea. And we might hopefully we are not them. Well, no, we won't be. It'll either be Boston. No, wait, if we're on top. Yeah, it'll either be Boston or the Islanders. So it won't be
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
But maybe I don't know. Maybe the Caps
We
and
have to
Boston
root
should
for
just play
Boston.
each other and just kill each other. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we have to root for Boston. I don't know. Maybe it happens. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
And on that lovely note of us bitching, we will see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.